Sorry guys, technology is not my forte. But now I'm back. So, the last reason that Nebraska advanced for the law that they had enacted was that there doesn't appear to be any situation that's ever been identified where the DNX procedure was the only appropriate procedure for a given abortion. So the court looks at all those arguments and it finds them insufficient to demonstrate that Nebraska does not need a health exception to its law. And it just kind of goes through them. It says, you have to require a health exception, even if there's very infrequent use or infrequent circumstances for the procedure. You can't prohibit something just because you said most people aren't going to use it. There was evidence that the DNX procedure was safer in some circumstances. It eliminates some risk that the D&E procedure does have. And alternative procedures can pose a greater risk. So, because they couldn't find there were any circumstances that would warrant not having a health exception in addition to a life exception. So moving on, just in summary, basically they said they just were not convinced that it was never ever going to be necessary to preserve the life or the health of a woman, and for that reason it was unconstitutional to outlaw it. They also said another reason that it was inappropriate was because even though they may not have intended it, the law inadvertently outlawed the D&E procedure as well as the DNX procedure, which are the two procedures that are generally used for later term abortions. Because of the way that the D&E procedure is performed, we discussed earlier, where because of the size of the fetus at that time, generally dismemberment is required. So based on the language, if a portion of the child was removed from the woman's body, and then that led to the death of that unborn child, the language of the statute would outlaw the D&E procedure as well as the DNX procedure. And so, for those reasons, the court found the Nebraska statute unconstitutional. Thanks, guys.